Another Tacoma mod fail, and I am so disappointed. Well, good morning, everybody. How are you today? Pretty good here, sort of. I did have another Tacoma mod fail. I thought I would share it with you guys. You know, I made a video not too long ago about a mod that I have upcoming to the front of the Tacoma. I'm going back to basics, sort of. So I got a new grill in, and I have the emblem, right? This is the OEM Toyota emblem. And I had this great idea that I was going to get some wrap. In this case, it's window tint, actually. And cover this thing so that I could kind of mute or smoke out, if you will, this chrome on the front. So I did it. And I thought it came out pretty well, right? Here's a picture of what it looked like, still with the covering on top. There's a thin layer that you peel off, right? So this is what it looked like. Now, as you can see, minus that covering, you know, it was scratched up and stuff from me scraping it around with squeegees and whatnot. I thought it looked pretty good, right? So I let it sit overnight. You know, I was going to let it dry out a little bit. I had squeegeed out, I thought, as much as I possibly could. So I left it sit overnight. I got up the next morning, and it wasn't anything horrid, but, you know, I wanted to be as perfect as possible, right? Right up in this edge here and over here in this edge, there were two white, look like smudge marks, right, underneath the tent. Now, what I think it probably was is soap or leftover soap that I had used in my little solution that I sprayed on it. Obviously, I couldn't get it out. It was underneath the tent. It wasn't going to go anywhere. It was like a little white haze, if you will. So I scrapped the idea. I ripped the tent off because I just couldn't live with it that way, right? So this morning, I come out again. I'm going to make another attempt, right? I whip out the tent, the one that I want. This stuff is perfect. I put it on, I sprayed it up. And I got to say, it was another big fail. This is really two big fails on the same project, right? And that's because, you know, window tinting or film application, I guess, is kind of an art, I think. You know, it's like drywalling. You know, people look at the drywall in a house and they think it just magically comes out the way that it does. If you've ever tried it, it takes practice. Try stippling a ceiling. I'll tell you a little story. Years ago, my mother and I decided we were going to re-stipple the ceiling at her house, right? And it was one of those swirly kind of things. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with how they do that, but they have a brush kind of thing with a big, maybe 6-8 inch brush, something like that. And they kind of go along and kind of hit the ceiling once they've put the spackling or whatever on top of it, right? So that's how they make the swirl marks. And I thought, how hard can that be? You know, so I bought all the stuff and we put the spackling on the ceiling, man, and started doing that. And there must have been some sort of paint or something on the ceiling because sheets of the ceiling actually started to come down. It was a horrible, horrible mess. So some of these things, they are an art, right? To think that you can just do a one-off, never touched it before and do it yourself, you're either very, very talented, very lucky, or very skilled, because it's not that case for me. So where am I at now? Well, I'm, of course, left with the original emblem. I could put it on this way, but, man, I just don't want that chrome on the front of the truck. I mean, there is chrome here, don't get me wrong. I mean, obviously, in the headlights, we have chrome. So it's not like I've completely eliminated everything. In the fog lights, there's chrome. You know, be it a mirror or whatever you want to say for reflectivity in the light. But there is some chrome still there. So I could put it on, but man, I really hate to be defeated by an emblem. So I do have some additional material on order. I'm actually still waiting for it. It's actually car wrap. you know, what you would wrap your car with. And it's supposed to be translucent so that you can still see the emblem through the badge, but that chrome would be smoked, if you will, or muted. So I'm hoping that that material is easier to work with, maybe more for someone with my skill level, which is pretty low, in doing this kind of stuff, and that I'll be able to get it on. We shall see. Hopefully that stuff is going to show up this week. It's all I'm waiting for to finish this project. You know, I put a video out about the lights that I put in, and they came out really well. It's the look I want, minus that stupid badge, that chrome Toyota emblem. And you know, it's funny, there really aren't any other solutions out there for it. I've looked, I've searched for covers, and the problem is the TSS system. You know, all the aftermarketers are afraid that their product is somehow going to screw with that TSS system, and then they're going to be liable, right? And I understand that. They should be concerned, because in today's sue-happy society, anything happens and you know they're going to be coming back on them, trying to get some sort of compensation for what probably is really the owner's fault. I mean, let's face it, you don't have to do this. You don't have to put anything on. In my opinion, once you decide to go for it and do it, it's kind of on you. I don't know. I'm not sure the courts agree. So I'm waiting for that. As soon as it comes, I'm going to give it another try. Ultimately, would I put this on the way that it is? You know, begrudgingly. I probably would, because I'm not going to let that stop my project. The whole project is not going to be a fail, just the little covering that I'm going to try to do to it. So we shall see. I'm curious if anybody out there has done anything like this or has a better idea, another solution. You know, it's been suggested that maybe I should paint it, get some sort of a tail light tint, if you will. You know, you can get tint in a can, I'll call it, that you spray over your tail lights to tint them out. I thought about that, but again, I don't want issues with the TSS system, and my concern is that once you put that shell, that cover of paint over it, that it's somehow going to defeat the TSS system or cause it to fail. And now I've ruined my emblem, because trying to get paint off of plastic without scratching it up or ruining it, probably not going to happen. Although, if there's anybody out there who's actually done that, again, it's just a light coating I'm looking for, just to mute that chrome. I would be curious to know if you were successful and if you had any problems with the system because of that application. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. Anyway, we shall see. Onward. I just wanted to give an update because I know I had the video come out with that. I'm sure some folks have been wondering what happened. Well, there you go. It was another Tacoma mod fail. We shall see. Real quick, if you're interested, I do have two other channels. The first is RobMotive JT, all about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator. The second is RobMotive Civic, about my experiences with the Honda Civic Type R and the Honda Civic Sport Hatchback. Check them out. If you're interested, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.